All right then, my friends, I'm feeling pretty good today. Sunlight is shining bright. Feeling a little bit piratey. Been thinking about some pirate thoughts. I like pirates. Always been a big fan since I was a little kid. And then you grow up and you find out that there aren't no more. There aren't any more pirates, rather. It's sad. I mean, I know piracy still exists, but the old school ways of pirates, that seem to be kind of, I know we romanticize the idea of them, but I don't know, I kind of like the idea of just being alone on a ship. Well, not alone, because then you're probably going to be in bad shape. You need a lot of people to run a ship. But still, amongst like-minded individuals doing piratey things. So what does that have to do with motivation in today's little thoughts? Well, I've been recently exploring a concept regarding pirates called burn the ships. At least that's what I'm calling it. And the thing was, a lot of times pirates would go to shore, they'd take the boats, take the rowboats, and go into shore, and then they pillage and they loot and they grab the rum and they grab the booty. Good job. And then you go ahead and you get back to your ship, and then go on another adventure. But it's said that on certain occasions, when the pirates would go to shore, as they were leaving, the captain would turn and give the command to burn the ships. This means that you're never going back. And for whatever reason, whether it was there was something that the pirate captain thought they had to stay and fight for, or this was going to be a place that we were going to set up shop, whatever it may be, burn the ships meant there's no going back. And I think that's something that we all kind of struggle with in this life today, is we always looking back on things. It's funny, on the paranormal side of things, we always ask questions about, well, why would a ghost return? Why would a spirit want to come back to this old house or whatever? And we often think that they're trapped, and there's a whole nother thing for another story, because I don't buy into a lot of that. But I will say this, why wouldn't, in spirit form, someone come back to visit something that they were cared about, a place they were passionate about, a place that they had good memories? We still do it now. How many of us have gone and driven through our old neighborhoods, drove by the place that we went to school, a place that we used to work, whatever it may be? We drive by these old places while we're still here, while we're still living. We drive by these old places because we have memories there. And a part of us today want to still touch that part of us in the past. And when the pirate captain says burn the ships, it means there's no more going back. I think one of the things that hinders us in our progress in this life is often staring back. In one of my Hey Get a Minute videos on YouTube, we talk about the windshield in a car being larger than your rearview mirror, because where you're going is so much more important than where you've been. We have to keep our focus forward. We have to keep our vision forward. And one way for the captain to inspire his crew to fight their best is to let them know that you've got nothing to go back to. It's either we're going here, we're going forward, or we're not going anywhere. And so that was kind of a way to make that happen. And I think that's something that we need to do. Because although it's good for us to look back, to learn from our mistakes, to learn from our history, and yet to have some good fond memories, we don't live there anymore. We can't go back there anymore. All we can do is continue to go forward. And maybe mentally, maybe figuratively, we need to burn those ships. We need to realize that, you know what? We can't go back. A lot of times we hold ourselves down with thoughts of who we were, of who the people in our life used to be. We hold ourselves down with thoughts of mistakes that we made a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, a decade ago. It's not uncommon for us to continue to think about those things, especially for people with OCD sometimes. We continually think about things. We hyper-focus upon things. We think about them incessantly, and I love it. People that don't understand it, and God bless them, because I wish that I didn't have to understand it. But people without that type of understanding, without OCD or without anxiety, will say, oh, well, just stop thinking about it. Oh, that's the solution. Yes, how silly of me. I should just stop thinking about it. That's all I needed to do. In a way, it's good advice, and I wish it was that easy to do, but it's not. It's not. Especially if you hyper-focus upon things, it plays itself out in your head over and over and over to the point where it becomes nauseating. It becomes controlling. So maybe if we can think about burning the ships, maybe that's a good way to move forward. By knowing that no matter what we do, we can't go back. We can't fix anything that we did wrong back then. We can't go back to a place that was maybe happier, maybe safer, or maybe more comfortable financially, physically, emotionally, whatever it may be. We can't go back. But we can still go forward. And by going forward, we have to hope that there's enough time for us to do the things that we want to do. And the best way for us to do that is to make the most of every moment that we have, starting right now. Starting right now, we're going to mentally burn those ships from our past, and we're going to go forward. We're not going to think about what could have been, what should have been, what we hope to have happened. Instead, we're going to build a new tomorrow. We're going to build a new future for ourselves. It's going to be even better than anything that we were possibly setting sail for before. We're burning the ships, and we're going forward. It's not going to be easy, and you're going to want to look back. Just remember, you don't live there anymore. It's not even an option. The ships are burnt. They're somewhere sunken down in Davy Jones's locker. That's what it was. Not the guy from the Monkees. Not that Davy Jones. But yeah, the ships are gone. Let's move forward. Time to set sail. Have some rum. I mean, unless you have a problem with alcohol, which is a whole nother video, and that's okay too. But do something that makes you happy, pirates. Let's go forward. Burn the ships.